Here we are then for another F1 My Team episode. This one is going to be the penultimate round of the season. We're here for qualifying for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. If you haven't seen yesterday's episode, the Australian Grand Prix race, go check it out, link up in the top right. If you've got to enjoy this one, as always, leave a like and subscribe for more daily F1 content. And Season 8, the final season of My Team, just around the corner. Now then, let's talk about the last race. So spoiler warning, we had a really strong recovery drive. We finished in P3, we got a podium. However, Max outscored us by quite a few points and the title is no longer in our hands. So we need to win this race, we need to win Abu Dhabi and hope Max doesn't finish second at least and has a bit of an off race, and that might just give us a chance. Fastest laps could also play a part as well, so there's a lot of moving parts and every single point is going to matter. Now then, with that said, in the background you saw me change the power unit for this weekend. We are using our last fresh components as we need to basically deploy all the power we have, all the little bells and whistles, all the little tricks we have to give everything in this run-in. And yeah, to go with that, we're going to go through the car setup, make the adjustments for this race, and we're going to see if we can make it work. So we join the action here in Q1, and I will mention, you might notice my OSD has changed for some reason. I don't know why. My entire game OSD customization reset itself, so I've decided to change it a bit and we'll see how that works out. Either way, hopefully you guys appreciate it, as we are currently midway through the first sector here, and we just have a moment through the first S section. You can see here we get all our shape and crossed up. We're still going to push on though, as I was able to recover the car and not have super high tyre temps. So skipping towards the end of the lap now.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
You can see now across the line we set a 24.0, which isn't too bad to be fair. And you know, with that mistake we go P10. So I then went for a cool down lap. I then started another second push lap on those exact same tyres. I had enough fuel for 2 laps. And that was the intention, and straight away you're going to see here we go up on the exit of turn 2, and now we start the S's, and this time we know what we have to do. We have to make sure we do not overheat and also make sure we do not slip. So we're going to try and just bring it in a little bit, rein it back a little bit and just play it safe. And you can see here now we're 7/10 up, but unfortunately just on the exit we invalidate and miss the track limits by an absolute whisker, and we're going to lose our lap. So unfortunately, I had to go back to the pits and start again. Now, what we've done, we've gone back out with the exact same set of tyres. I feel like I'm confident in the pace and I'm confident I can get through on this compound. So, let's try again. That's a turn 1, 4th gear, left and right, flick it through the apexes, back on the power, and we're up by a small margin. Now, though, into the S's. 6th gear, trying to carry that mid-corner speed, and we're a 10th up as we now head into the section where we made a mistake last time. Keeping it nice and tidy through here, feeding the car through, keeping it this time well within track limits, and it's a pretty decent one. Notice a 28.8 in the first sector actually, so a very strong first sector, purple and fastest out of anyone. You can see my tyre wear in the bottom right as we go through the long left-hand hairpin into this right-left chicane now. Flick the car in 6th gear, just about on the limit there, getting very close to the wall at the exit, and we're 8/10 up as we make our way towards the end of sector 2 and into sector 3. Underneath the hotel we're going to go as we flick it now left through this fast left-hander, use all the track and then keep the power flat out as we make our way down towards the final corner, the hairpin. Straight line braking, spot the 50-meter board on the right-hand side, wait for it. Now hit the brakes, 4th gear, get nice and tight to the apex and then let the car drive off, open the DRS, and now up to the start finish. It's going to be a 1:23.1 and we go P2 behind Max Verstappen. So very decent pace, very decent lap, and that will do for us as we move into Q2. So when it mattered, we got the lap done. I knew the pace was there. This is always a strong track for us, and I'm glad we delivered. You know, overall, the car is fast around here anyway. I really enjoy this circuit. I think it's really good fun. Now then, here we are in Q2 as we try to get through on one set of tyres, and we managed to get through the first sector and purple with a 28.8, which is matching what we've done in Q1, to be fair, on our best lap. So a very strong start to Q2, matching our Q1 lap in the first sector. Now though, into sector 2, we've got through the hairpin, now into the chicane. We just missed the apex, and then that just sets us a little bit offline as we missed the second apex of the chicane with some understeer and hit the wall. So because of the damage, we went back to the pits, and I had to put on my final set of soft tyres, and we're going to need these to get through. So it all comes down to this: 2 minutes on the clock. We need this lap to be good. So that's a turn 1. Spot the curb on the right. That's when you hit the brakes. 4th gear. Lots of inside curb through both apexes as you try to cut and maximise the lap time. Try to maintain good minimum speed as you get a good exit. Into the S's. 6th gear. Showing a bit more aggression this time as we try to push the limits of what's possible as we need this lap.
2 minutes remaining in the session. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying.
You can hear Jeff just reminding us there of the current situation as we set a 28.8 again, even faster this time in the first sector, and go purple again through the hairpin. Nicely done, nice smooth exit. And now we have to tackle the chicane, where of course last time we had our little issue. 6th gear, we get really close to the wall that time, and track limit and the exit, and we nail it this time, really finding the limit of the circuit and the car. Sector 2 done and dusted. We now prepare sector 3, which is mainly the chicane under the hotel. 6th gear, brushing the wall, using all the track, but then through here we just clip the curb and get floor damage, which isn't going to help us.
There's been some damage to the underbody. We're recommending you come in so we can make repairs.
1 corner to go though. At this point we have to commit. 4th gear, didn't quite get all the apex, but still a decent exit, and we now open DRS up to the line, and it's going to be a 1:23.0 P1, and that will do very, very nicely. You can see we finish P1 quite comfortably ahead of Verstappen, and 4/10 ahead of Norris, and half a second faster than Pierre Gasly. So Q2 in the books, done and dusted. The car working well. We've got 1 fresh set of soft tyres now for Q3. So for the first run, we're going to go for a used set, the set that we used at the start of Q2, which we had to abandon our lap on after we crashed. So here we are, currently at the start of Q3, at the end of my first push lap. You can see the tyre wear in the bottom right, confirming this is a used set. Through the final corner though, we're going to see what this first bank lap is going to be, and is it going to be a decent reference up to the line. It's a 22.9, and that is their best lap of the weekend so far, and the first man into the 122s. So a very good benchmark on a used set as nightfall starts to arrive here at Jeddah. Now though, 1 last lap, 1 last set of tyres. We're going to give it absolutely everything, and we're going to see if we can shave off any more lap time. So first chicane, you know the drill. Brake at the curb, left, right, back on the power and exit. And we have a really nice one actually, and we're up by half a tenth. Into the S's, we turn in now super early through here. We absolutely nail it through there and carry a lot of mid-corner speed through all of these S's, right on the limit.
In the session.
Right on the limit through here as we try to maximise lap time. And look at this, 2/10 up in the first sector alone. We set a high 6 as we now go into the hairpin. 5th gear, back on the power, trying to get the drive. We find even more time on the exit. Now into the chicane, right left coming up. Let's try and match it as we go right on the limit through there. Absolutely perfect, but we hit the wall as we just lose the back end, get out of shape, and unfortunately get wing damage, which is a massive, massive shame, because that would have been an absolutely perfect chicane. You can see here the damage stops me from taking the chicane, and we have to bail out the lap. Luckily for us though, it's still enough, and we are on provisional pole for the race tomorrow. So there's your lot for qualifying. Pole by 2/10 over Max Verstappen. Gasly only P9, disappointing performance once again. Ricciardo P3, not ideal having both Red Bulls behind me, but it is what it is. Either way, that Q3 lap, you know, in many ways like Verstappen in 2021, it could have been something special. And you know, we was on the limit so much through there. We just lost the back end on the exit of the chicane. Had we held on, we could have been up by 4/10. It could have been a mid-22, which is crazy. So yeah, the car's working well, the pace is strong, and hopefully we carry that into the race tomorrow. Either way guys, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more daily F1 content on my channel, And yeah, the race will be tomorrow. Hopefully we can win it and get our fastest lap. Also because we DNF'd it last season, so we've got unfinished business around Jeddah. But guys, that is it for me today. As always, check out the 2 videos on your screen right now if you haven't seen them, and I'll see all of you tomorrow.